Okay, so in this part of the video I'll be talking you through some of the questionnaires that I gathered from the students in my school and what some of the answers mean. Later on in the video I'll be showing you some video clips of me actually talking to students and getting their responses to some of the questions. So on with the questionnaires. The first question was, which of the following media products do you regularly consume over an average week? Actually, the top answer that I was given back there was websites with 64% of the answers, and the lowest answer was magazines with 1.5% of the answers. Now, I think this may be purely because they're quite a young age group I was researching into, and I think that online is their highest source of finding information, and so websites which they probably could class as Netflix or YouTube as their highest streaming websites now, and also Facebook and Twitter and social media accounts. And that's what the youth culture seems to be more heading into. I think it is an older culture, maybe it'd be more radio as well, or with television dramas. The reason I think magazine was so low though is because a lot of magazines now cost money, or they always used to, and you can get them online for a lot of a cheaper price, or for free even. And that's why I think they use websites, because if anyone still wants to get their magazine fix, then they can get it online for free, and why would you want to pay for something when you can get it for free? Okay, so the second question I asked was, what do you consider to be the definition of a short film? Now, the majority of the answers were very similar in this, and they all answered within 15 to 30 minutes in length of a film. And to be honest, that is also correct, but the actual definition is 30 minutes in length of a film. So I think they had a good understanding of what length a short film should be, should I have gone for that option. So I would known to make my short film less than 30 minutes. What did I consider to be a definition of a music video was the next question I asked them, and the actual answer they gave me for that was really, from the gist of what all of them say, is about a live performance while music's playing in the background. So they all very common, that answer there. So I really wanted to include, if I did a music video, that I would have a live performance aspect in there, because that's what they're really expecting. The next question I asked them was, what ways can you think of that a film studio / production company can target audiences for their film and their music videos? And the answer I got from that, a few students couldn't answer that because they didn't understand the question, but the main answer I got from that was the platforms on which they release the media on. So if they're aiming at younger audiences, they might release their online things, or if they're aiming at older audiences, might go for TV or certain channels on the TV, or in film adverts. So that's what they have quite a good understanding on that one, the ones who knew what they're talking about. The next question is, which of the following ways of promoting a film or music video release attracts you the most by buying a cinema ticket, DVD, Blu-ray, streaming or watching on YouTube / music video channel? Choose 5 of these answers. Now, the 3 top answers they got, because a lot of them are very varied, but there's 3 that really popped up most of the time, and that was posters, YouTube and cinema. I think this again might be because of online and YouTube, but I was quite surprised by the posters aspect, because I thought, I don't see posters myself personally that much, but maybe they might be on classing online posters or bus shelters within that poster, so I'm not sure if that was a really valid answer there from some of them, but it might have been true, so I have to give them the benefit of the doubt. And the lowest answer was actually online blog reviews, and that really surprised me, because I thought online is what the youth would be interested in, but apparently blog reviews is something that people don't really look at these days. Albeit it is online, but if they're not getting the audience, I suppose they're not getting the audience. So I know not to try and advertise my work on an online blog review. The next question that I asked was, put in the following ways of consuming films in order of frequency for you over the past 6 months. Now, the answer I got most for this was online streaming and cinema. And I think online streaming is quite simple because it's such a big thing in youth culture now, and it's such an accessible thing. And I think that's what I really predicted that was going to be one of the answers. But I think cinema is the other answer, and I was really surprised by that. But then I also wasn't once I worked out why. And I thought maybe because cinema is more of an experience, and you can't get that from online streaming. And maybe they're going out with their friends or family, and it's a day out really. And I feel that maybe cinema won't lose its touch, unlike things like DVD, which actually coincidentally is the lowest option, is DVDs. DVDs I think were the lowest option because people can get them online streaming now. DVDs just take up space. They're quite expensive nowadays as well. You have the Blu-ray option, so DVDs aren't really that well, and you need to buy a DVD player too, so it's a lot more hassle to go with them. I think they are now starting to slowly slip off, and they're not going to be not with us for much longer, I don't think. The next question was, what music videos can you think of? Oh, sorry, no. It's put in the following ways of consuming music videos in order of frequency for you over the past 6 months, and the answer for that was YouTube. Was clear winner there. About 80% of the answer was from YouTube. So I think it's purely because YouTube is such a viral thing, and you can share it on forms of social media, and you can on your phone, you can on your computer. I think it's quite an easy answer there that I could predict before I even gave out the survey. And also, I also asked them what do they think of my idea, and a lot of them were quite positive in their responses, and I was very happy with that. And a lot of them really actually can't wait for them to see it. So yeah, and here is now going to be 3 clips of me asking 3 people a question about audience research again, and getting just a audible answer from them and on video. So enjoy them, and I'll see you in the next video. What would you consider to be the definition of a music video?
I'd say the definition of a music video is the visual representation that the artist wants it to take, and that could either be a story or just like them dancing around the stage with lots of different colours and things like that.
Do you feel that because music videos have become so diverse in this culture that we live in now, that it's quite hard to pinpoint what is a music video and what isn't one?
I think it opens it up to a lot more forms of media, so a lot of artists now are doing short films as their music video. I think it's quite good because it allows more creativity in all aspects.
What ways of promoting a music video release attracts you most to streaming it or watching it on YouTube or the music video channel?
Social media, because it's like the thing that I use the most out of all the things that you said.
Okay, why do you think social media is such a good way of getting messages out there to watching new music videos?
Because it's really easy for like celebrities and that to make things go viral on social media. You know, you get a lot of saturation, a lot of people see it for not a lot of money.
Okay, thanks. Is there a difference between the music you listen to and the music videos that you watch?
Yeah, I think to a certain extent. Like, if I'm listening to music, I'm not really doing it as a visual thing, so I think the music videos can be quite distracting. If you're having it just on the background, you wouldn't listen to the same music as you would with a video, because the video has much more. For instance, like, say you're talking about like Weird Al Yankovic or something like that, you might watch it because it's funny, or maybe like it's an interesting premise, the actual music video, something like, I don't know, what's the one? Like MMA Born Free, because that's quite a cool music video, but I guess it just depends, because yeah, I think you watch a music video because you want to watch something rather than you want to listen to something.
So you're saying you watch a music video because of not the actual song, but because of the novelty of the video?
Yeah, the novelty of the video.